What up, bros? Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Guys, let's get to work here. Man, a lot of things are kind of just playing out how we've been talking about. We've been talking about for quite some time that the market is in the nut grind as it's just digesting. It's in a digestion period, slight distribution period, digesting these gains from November. We're just entering into a little bit of a chop fest, or what we would call back in high school, the sausage party, and we are in it, right? We are definitely in it. You are seeing gaps get faded, dips get bought. That's classic distribution action, when you get news gaps fade, upgrades fade, things of that nature. And so we're into that. Does that mean anything bad is happening? No. But it means that this is not the time to be putting on a lot of risk and doing a shit ton of trades. So in today's video, let's go over to the market indices. I'm going to give you my favorite ideas for tomorrow and the coming week, and we'll talk a little bit about the game plan. But I do repeat, man, this is not the time to be balls deep on a bunch of names. We are entering a weird period. Look at the SPY. We had this big candle here, and then we're kind of just dead cat bouncing. But frankly, we could also speed up and just break out. We don't know, because the primary trend is still high. But that short-term trend, see, like when you got this kind of green envelope here that just opens up, that's telling you that the short-term trend is really hard, it's really fast, and that's when you want to really take advantage of the markets, with overnighters, more risk, a little bit of margin, you can have a little bit more speculation. Now, like, you want to kind of stay on the sidelines, you want to be taking trades, but they're tactical, they're scalps, you make your income and you go. And so we are into the range, and there's not much we can do about it. It's just a range, and it's very natural. Stocks do not just always go up. That's a misnomer. Guys, in markets, say you have a year, right? You have 2024, 2023, whatever year you have. The amount of months you trend might be 3 or 4 to the upside, right? And then the rest of the year, you got 2-3 months of down, and then you got, right, the rest of it is just chop, and that's how markets go. Like, in any given market, you only have so many months of like strong uptrend, and then a lot of it is just digesting, chilling, waiting around for news. It's always, hey, let's wait around for the next interest rate. Let's wait around for the Fed. Let's wait around for this thing. It's always that. That doesn't change. Like, people are saying it right now. Let's wait around for the earnings. No. That's what we always have said since the beginning of time. But in the end, though, one adage is always, markets digest gains. That's just the nature of the beast, and that's what we're at right now. Do not get too crazy. This is a time to make money. Every market you can make money if you're a day trader, but this is not the time to be, right, laying your nuts on the kitchen table while speed chopping carrots with a rusted knife, right? That's only if you're trying to impress somebody very hot and very spicy. So let's get into the watch list here. I think we got some good names here, and let's just get into it. I repeat, I don't have any A+ setups. So I'm just going to start with that. I don't have any A+ setups, but we do have some scalpy McGee's that I think are going to be working. CCJ, right? You got $50 breakout there, pretty easy. Hey, this ST&E had a remount today. Your earnings aren't for still quite some time. You have a remount today. If you can get past this range here, you've got room to this 1850, and then you got this big base that it could get out of. A little bit of a sloppy pattern, but you do have decent volume, decent range, good ATR. I think that could work. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. I'm just using BITO as a proxy right now, but if this comes out of range, that's gonna put some of these stocks or at least the ETFs into play here. I will say the CoinMara, CLSK are kind of busted, so probably leave those alone. The gaps, the spikes they're getting distributed. The gaps get faded on them every single day. You better off shorting them at the moment. Alpine, I like this one. This was we were playing this when it broke out here. Obviously did not ride it all the way up here. I wish I did, right? But now you pull back to 50-day moving average. You got a nice big candle remounting that maze. Little expansion in volume is looking good. DJT, we were messing around with this earlier today. This thing has been going green to red every day. It is getting oversold here. You got a 5 stochastics, but watch any gaps on this. If it starts a gap and push into 44, 45, we'll get another short on this. This is, it's got a date with the 200-day moving average, and we'll be there to take it too. Dell had quite a few sellers. There were some inside sellers happening a few days ago. There were some big block sellers today, on the tape. Some people were unloading like million share blocks. So there was a little bit of that going on the tape. But I still think as long as this holds in the 9 EMA, it's got a good spot on it. Hey, the ZS is finally starting to hold at the 200-day moving average. If it remounts to 9, I'm into this thing for the swing. I don't think it'd get back up here, but, maybe you kind of come back and fill this area here. SC, this one, it's still consolidating, but it's there. It needs to take out this spot right here. It's kind of getting rejected by it, but it's close. If it can do that, we got a chance to get this thing back to 62. TTD, I think this could go tomorrow. Like, you got test. I mean, it's ready to pate, right? You got a nice, good, God-fearing Christian look on this thing. It can do some naughty things. It's got a nice look. I love it. VKTX, a broken record. I'm redrawing trend lines. You know what distribution market means? Redrawing trend lines, right? Only in distribution market you start drawing trend lines like, you just got like, it's like our big Rorschach test. Bull market, you just go, bam, right? Bear market, distribution market, it's like, and you're just like looking for angles, right? Like as the stock goes sideways, you redraw the trend line. As it starts going this way, you add another one till finally it hits, and then you feel like a genius, and you sell it for like a 1 point gain, and you're like, I finally got it. That's what happens in a distribution market. Hey, pot stocks, decent day on it. A shove up tomorrow, I think. Let's try to get these. That'd be nice, man. We could double top these things. That'd be sick. Google, decent day. Came right in the morning, right out of the gate. I think you got a date here. Redraw trend line, right? Redraw trend line for 156, man. We could pate. Now, this is more of a swing setup. It's got a good look to it. Test. Dids. It's got a good look. I think more of a swing trade. You can do options on it too. There's not any that have like much liquidity, but you might find something that it doesn't have a crazy spread on it. Meta did fade off here a little bit. That's good. It needed a down day. It was super overbought. This is good. A weakness on this one tomorrow, and then I think it probably pushes back into the 530s. Junk. And this one, I think this one's ready to party. Maybe even tomorrow. I love the look on it. This one in AMAT, if the markets can hold up, got both good looks to it. Now, the worry is this. In distribution markets, gaps fade. So the only way this will probably ever break out, and it'll probably just be for 1 or 2 days, is, if you get a weak open and then kind of pushes through, these gaps are fading off to, a lot. Like, look at Mara, right? Gap up because Bitcoin's flying, fades off, right? NVIDIA, right? Gap up, fade off. SMCI, we shorted this early. We shorted this today in the chat room, right? You get gap up, fade off. Like, you're getting into, right? The hot names are getting sold off into spikes, so you can't chase up any gaps. If you're going to try to do a breakout, let it pull back and grind and kind of W pattern its way out. ARM is starting to hold at the 50-day moving average. It does trade like crap, but there was a little push right into the close. I'm interested in it, because it did hold at the 50 and it's starting to push through. Maybe it's cleared out some of the lockup sellers. I mean, I doubt it. SoftBank sold all their shares yet, but they're probably unloading a few here, there. And be careful. Like, see this? This is what I mean by distribution. See, I just put this up for example purposes. MU had an upgrade to 150 by KeyBank, and then boom, right? Like, you just hope gap fades off, and, gap fades off, goes red. Guys, in the beginning of the market phase, right? In the beginning of the bull run, these upgrades were launching stocks big time, right? Like, they break the pre-market high and just go nuts. And we're not seeing that now, right? Because you're entering a little bit of a different market cycle. So be careful. Better entries. Don't chase any gaps. Let things come to you. And it's a scalper's market. Tactical, as the stock hunter would say. Dude, we shred. Peace.